up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations.
March is where we level up. Tuesdays and Thursdays, live at 5 p.m. Pacific. Ash Knows Travel.
Let's go.
Get ready to log in and change the travel industry. Welcome to Ash Knows Travel. The future of travel has arrived. Let's get started.
Let's go. I wake up to a
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. And here I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is honestly all about that, okay? We're going to be talking about the 4 systems that every travel agent needs to scale their business. We're going to talk about all of my key systems tonight. I use 4 of them, and I'm going to kind of go through them, okay? And I do have a gift for you, yeah. But we're going to just kind of get all of it in order so you guys can break it down, understand why I use it, how I use it, and just kind of get you guys set up and structure your own business. And that just gives you guys time and just lets it allow, for it to run smoother and just save you time and to support you. Like, that's all what we're doing tonight, okay? We are getting ourselves organized and in order. So if there are parts of your business where you are struggling and you're like, okay, I've got this part, I can close the booking, but now what about the next part, right? That is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. We are going to basically set it up to where you guys have a full system when it comes to getting leads, where it comes to booking people, where it comes to following up, all of that, okay? So if you are live here, go ahead and comment hello for me in the chat so that I know that you're here. And if you happen to be catching this on a replay, I still want to know that you watched it, all right? So comment replay for me so that I know that you stopped by. But let's go ahead and dive in. Now, before I always get started, I like to show you guys what I'm doing for the whole month. On Thursday, I'm going to be doing Vax Vacation Access, and I'm doing a full walkthrough, okay? I'm not doing the basics walkthrough where I show you guys how to book. I'm not doing that. This is going to also be for experienced advisors as well. I'm going to show you guys the ins and outs of Vax. I'm talking about the reward system that nobody ever uses. I'm going to talk about how you guys can book flights only in there because nobody ever talks about that. I'm going to tell you guys all the hidden secrets that, experienced advisors know that I didn't know in the beginning when I was using Vax, okay? So I'm going to do a full walkthrough on them on Thursday. And then next Tuesday, I'm doing Everything as a Funnel, which is my absolute favorite training. Okay. If you have a problem with marketing and you're like, why isn't this connecting? Attend that training. Everything as a Funnel will literally make you just change your mind on how you market, and it will just open a bunch of opportunities for you. Okay. And then on the 26th of March, I'm going to be doing a Travel Advisors 10 Ways I Use AI. I'm going to show you guys everything that I do in AI. And then on the last Tuesday of the month, I'm going to be doing a live travel advisor Q&A. So you guys can hop on. I like to do these at the end of the month. So when I'm teaching you guys all the way through, like if you have questions, that's the place to drop them. Okay. So make sure you guys attend all of these, hop on, learn some new things, and make sure as well you hit that subscribe button and you have to tap the bell. If you tap the bell, it'll notify you when I go live. Didn't know that. It's very important, right? So make sure you guys are subscribed and have that bell tapped. Yes? All right, let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? So the problem that people have when they don't use systems, and this is really why I like to teach them, they have chaos. Yes. If you feel like you wake up and you don't know what to do during your day, that to me is chaos. I have to have order and structure, right? So when they live in that chaos, they will find themselves chasing in messages and DMs. They will be relying on memory and notes apps. Yeah, how many of us do that? Answering the same questions repeatedly, and then things, they just find them slipping through the cracks, right? When we first start, we have a lot of this because we're trying to learn, we're trying to get a booking. That's our main goal, right? We're trying to maybe build, maybe we're trying to, just get our marketing in order. Like, it's all very chaotic. And we get that as new advisors because we're learning this very quickly. You don't really have to have experience in this field. You actually just need structure in order to be successful. So, as travel agents grow, they tend to step into structures slowly, right? And that's fine. But when you have me here, okay, we don't have to do it slowly. I can just show you the structures that we already use. Okay, not just me. People around me also use these. And I know that they work, and I can just give them to you. Does that sound good? Yeah. Why do we have to go through the chaos phase, right? Let's just skip that chaotic phase and let's just be structured. So that is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you guys tonight. Talk about the solution. We're going to talk about how to grow efficiently without burning yourself out. We're going to talk about structure over working more hours, because that's what happens when you have structure and systems. I don't have to work as much. And people ask me this all the time, especially when I'm on presentation. How many hours do you work a week? Not as much as I used to. That's what I'm going to answer it from here on out. Not as much as I used to, because when I first started, I worked a lot harder. But now, as somebody who has systems in place, I don't have to work as hard, right? As well, we're going to be talking really about how to stay organized and how to manage your clients. That's really what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay. So let's talk about the first one, shall we? System 1. Now, System 1, of course, is going to be the first part of getting a booking, and that's capturing leads. We have to get them where they're moving out of the DMs, because that's where a lot of our leads kind of, honestly, they go there to die. If they are in the DMs, they stay in the DMs, and that's where they die, inside the DMs. Yes. Okay. So we have to get them out of the DMs. We have to stop relying on social media messages for quotes. Yes. Direct potential clients to your travel inquiry form, or qualify them enough to where you can actually get them a quote. Organize your inquiries in one place. And then I just want you guys to focus on serious travelers, because you get a lot of hits and hits and hits and hits, right? But you have to focus on serious travelers that are ready to plan. And in that, we're hoping that you will save time on the back and forth messaging because you have a system, okay? Now, I do have one to show you guys. Before I do show it to you, though, I want to cover what should at least be in the lead capture system, okay? Now, the lead capture system, there's two ways that you could do this. One, I have my oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called all of a sudden. I have my own lead inquiry form, okay, that I will give you guys at the end of this. So I have my own that I'm going to show you, okay? But if you have your own already, I don't want you to just go and like scrap it and use mine. That's not what I'm asking you, okay? If you already have your own lead inquiry form, I think you guys just need to make sure it has all the right questions on it. So let's cover that, okay? Destination interest and travel dates, that's very, very important. Budget per person, a requirement. Departure, airport, and number of travelers. If it's a special occasion, that can change your entire point of planning, right? Passport status. And I'm going to take that a little bit further. Lately, we now have moved into the part where we need real IDs in order for us to fly. So you need to either ask them if they have a valid passport and a valid ID. And if not, they also, just to be able to fly, they have to have the real ID. And if they don't have any of that, guys, if they don't have a passport or a real ID, which is the one with the star on it, they have to pay like $45 per flight that they take. So very important before you start planning a trip for somebody. Do you have the real ID or do you have the old ID? We need to know, right? Along with that, number of rooms and room type, and then their interest in travel insurance. I always ask them for their interest in travel insurance, because once I realize that they're interested, I just send my 10-leg link automatically as soon as I do the booking. So it kind of gets me set up to know exactly what they're looking for, okay? Now, I want to take this a little bit deeper, okay? So for me, this is a basic inquiry form, okay? A lot of you are niche-based, as in you only normally sell like one type of travel. If that's the case, I want you guys to really break down your inquiry form. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So for destination interests and travel dates, when it comes to my passports to pleasure, yeah, my little freaky island over there, when it comes to that, I only want to book certain resorts. So when I ask them, like I will put the resorts that I like to book. And if they don't know, I give them a spot to say, I'm looking for recommendations, but they will know right off the bat. These are the resorts I book. Okay. This is what I'm looking to book. Now, you don't have to do it that way, but if you're doing a cruise, like inquiry form and it's just for cruises, list the cruises that you want to book. Don't sit there and just let them choose whatever, right? If they don't have any guidance, they're just going to put, I don't know. But I will list Carnival, I will list, Royal Caribbean, whatever those are that I want to book. And it's a really good thing to do that, especially for cruises, because if they don't like a cruise line, they will put it in the notes. Yes. So I like to take this inquiry form. Sometimes I have about 3 of them, and I have one that's like just for general inquiries. I have one that's just for passports to pleasure, and then I have one that's just for weddings. So those are the 3 types of inquiry forms I have. So you guys can do that however, but I just want you guys to understand that it's not an all fit one kind of deal. Okay. Now let me see mine here. I'll show it to you guys. It's gonna make me use the template. Hold on. Can I just scroll? Okay, yeah. So this is the template that I'll be giving you guys. This is what it looks like. So we'll just leave it like the way it is, okay? It looks a little funky here. You just have to fix it. It's because once I share it as a template, it loses its like ratio. I don't know why, but you guys just delete it and redo it, okay? But name, email, phone number, obviously. What type of travel services do you need? You can add on air and car rental with the choice if needed. So they can choose what they want, yes. And I do just flight because some people will come to me with just flights and I automatically, if they do just a flight, I'm charging them. But if it's included, then I don't charge. So I put that in there because I want to know what you're doing, right? So cruise, all-inclusive, hotel, airfare, central, okay, departure date, return date. Are you flexible with your dates? That normally they'll put in here like 5 to 7 days or whatever. So then I can base it off of these, okay? What's your ideal trip? That also helps. How many travelers? What will children be traveling with you? And if yes, please list their ages. Very important. Number of rooms needed. I can't scroll down anymore. Here we go. Accommodations, destination choice, where are you departing from, or cruise port, also important. Do you need transfers or a rental car? Yes. Desired trip total budget. And now this one I have here, this one is not written per person. This one here is written for the total. I'm going to tell you for this one, total trip works pretty well because this is going to be a whole trip. But for my other inquiry form for like passports to pleasure, when I'm doing the resorts, I do per person because per person is very expensive over there. Like if I were to go and book Temptations, it's roughly about $1,200 for 4 nights. So I need to know what your budget is per person because that's how it's going to break down. Okay. You can do it either way, but you need to have some kind of budget in there. And if they tell you they don't have a budget, they're lying. They definitely have a budget. Try to get it out of them. Okay. Next, very important question. Are you ready to secure your trip with a deposit once we find the perfect match? You need to know that because if they're not, then I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Reason for travel. Okay. Would you like to add travel insurance? Any special notes? And then lastly, how I can find out where my leads are coming from. How did you hear about us? So then I know where people are coming from. Okay. So this is just a basic one. This is the one I normally give to my team. So I just got it out there for you guys. It'll be inside of the form that I'm going to give you guys at the end. Okay. So you guys can have that. But that's what I do. All right, so that is the first one. Now, the second one, client management. Now, the couple of them are going to be out of my digital command center that I've created. You guys will have access to that too. But there's a couple of key things that lie within one system. And the biggest one for number 2 is client management, okay? Client management is for after you get the booking, not when you're waiting to get a booking, okay? Oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to sneeze. I was not playing. I had to sneeze so bad. Woo! Okay, we're good. You like how I just turned that off? All right. So, system number 2, client management. All right. Prevent missed payments, lost bookings, and confusions. Man, when I first started booking, I had a problem with this. I would always be like, oh, they have to pay. That's right. They need to pay for their trip. Oh my gosh, they have like a week. They need to pay. I had a big problem with this. Okay. And it's not anything on them. It's not even really, I don't know if it's having a system. It's just because my ADHD is very strong. So what I had to do is put a system in place where I can see where everything is due so then I don't have to run around guessing. And what I like to do is at the beginning of each month, I stop and I make a note of whose payments are due this month. That way I already know, like, okay, I need to get this payment for the month, right? And then I send them a text too. I'm like, hey, just let you know your payment's due on the 25th, right? So you need to make sure you pay it. And another thing with that too, I'm going to throw this little tidbit in there. When I do my payment dates, I always give myself a week buffer. So a lot of people will come to you when it's time to make the payment and they'll be like, can I get an extension? I didn't know. Okay. Don't worry. I got a whole week ahead of it because I know you're going to come to me with that crap, right? So do that for yourself. When you tell clients the payment is due, I give myself at least a week buffer when it's actually due. I don't tell them the actual due date unless they come to me and they tell me they need an extension. And I'd be like, yeah, I can extend it till next Sunday. But after that, that's it. That's all I got, right? So I do that. I suggest that. That way you have a barrier for yourself because we know as adults, things happen and sometimes we just don't have money, all right? Give them a week, okay? But inside this system, my client management system, I do client names and contact details because I get tired of looking for it. Booking status and any of the travel documents, I make sure that they have them. Like if I ask them if they have a passport, I put a little check mark on mine. So I know because that's very important. Also, with the travel documents too, for passports, a lot of the countries need at least 6 months. I think it's like 6 months they need to be active, right? Like it has to have 6 months left over from the time the trip was taken. So that's very important too. Payment schedules and final deadlines, and then any special requests or important notes for that booking, I also put that in there, okay? Now, before I go into number 3, because number 3 kind of plays into it, let me show you that part for system number 2. Open, copy, 1 second. All right, so this is my copy of it. Obviously, I can't show you guys my exact one because it has all their information, but I put everything in here. So even my leads and inquiries, they actually come in here from Jotform, clients and bookings. There it is. Client name, destination, travel dates, the supplier I booked, very important for me because I'd be forgetting. Room type, the deposit paid, final payment due, booking status. If it's paid off, that helps. Once I get paid the commission, I will turn that yellow so that I know that I got paid commission. There it is. There it is, right? It's like, when is the trip is done? I literally will turn these yellow. Any notes, the commission I expect to make, and then when the commission is paid, okay? I do this on my own. I don't expect Archer to do this for me ever. That's not their requirements. They give us a commission tracking form. They show when it's processing, but it's up to us to honestly keep up with this, right? One of the best ways we can do so. Yes? Okay. All right. So that is system number 2. Let's go to system number 3, shall we? So marketing, that's another part of it. Now that you're getting your bookings, you got leads coming in, you're booking them, you still have to build a marketing system. If you are out there posting randomly and hoping for the best, you are going to struggle. Yes. So we need to have some kind of marketing system in place. That way you can build trust through consistency because you're used to doing the same things over and over. They love repetition. Okay. You don't have to wake up every day and create something new, especially with ChatGPT. Let it do it for you. But you want to have some kind of like content calendar in place so you know what to base it off of, okay? So inside that monthly or weekly content calendar, you also want to have a list of travel-related post ideas. I use those. I think I have them for you, yeah? I use these a lot when I run out of ideas to post, and I plan it in advance. So if I ever run out of ideas, it's because I'm on to my next week of planning. I'm never going to wake up and post the same day. That's just too much work, right? So I have those. I also do templates for social media posts. So I'll use the same templates over and over and over. And then I also schedule it. So for posting consistently, I schedule it. So every social media platform has some type of scheduling, right? Facebook and Instagram does Meta Business Suite. TikTok has its own. YouTube has its own. So everything that I do is scheduled when I'm posting. Okay. Now, for this system, I do have it in here as well. I also have it into my digital command. And here it is. So for the platforms, yeah, the content idea, what type of audience I want to hit, the emotion that I used, whether I'm pulling on their emotions, my call to action. It's so important to remember this, especially like here with you guys. You guys are always commenting things, and I always have to respond and give you things. So I put my call to actions. I have one just like this, just for Ash Knows Travel. And then I have one for like my business side, so I can keep up with all the call to actions that I put, right? Status of how well it's doing, the date it's posted, and any notes. So if something goes viral, I put a note on it so I can come back and use it again. Okay. So content and marketing, it lays within the digital command center, but it's a very much on its own. Yes. Okay. We can agree with that one. And then this is also too, I'll get into the leads stuff as well, but this is another part of my lead system. And this one actually is set up from JotForm. I show you guys that on my JotForm training, but I bring it in here. So it's also a part of the marketing system as well. So I can see how they found me, if they're booking, when they're following up, etc. Okay. And we'll get to this one at the end. But I want you guys to understand that it's not an all fit one scenario. Sometimes when it comes to content and marketing, I will reuse whatever's working on the platforms. That way I can just cross post it to other ones. Okay. So that is system number 3. Now I'm going to tell you, you guys feel free to screenshot this if you want, but what to post when you guys are stuck. So I have this, like, I have it like this, like I copied it and then I put it inside of the command center. It actually will, it kind of lays at the bottom of it. So I can just pull from there because I'd be forgetting things, right? So what I like to refer to as my list when I get stuck, I do travel deals and promotions. I could easily always find those. Destination highlights or resort highlights work well, or resort walkthroughs if you want. Travel tips and advice do great. Cruise ship and tours, packing tips, client testimonials, and even frequently asked questions are what I normally will base my content off of. Okay. So if you guys find yourself stuck and you find that, I don't know what to post, first go back to what you already posted and what worked well. And then if all else fails, refer to this list so you guys can kind of get an idea. Okay. So that is number 3. Now let's go to number 4. Okay. Number 4 is one of the most crucial parts of being successful as a travel advisor. All of our money can lie inside of a follow-up. Yeah. And then why do I say that? It's because you can market all day long. You can get a bunch of inquiries, but if you don't follow up with them, they're probably not going to book. Most of the time when we do bookings, it takes us a few times talking to somebody before we book it. Can we all agree? It's very, very rare that we just come in, hi, how are you doing? This looks great. Book it. Have a great day. It's very rare that it works that way. They have to talk to us. They have to know us. And they base a lot of what they do, their decision, is based off of how we follow up. Okay. That is how you turn quotes into bookings, is following up with them, talking to them, answering their questions, right? Clients are busy and they need time to review. They do. That's just life. If I'm going to do a big trip and I'm investing money into doing that trip, I need to make sure that's exactly what I want to do, right? So when we're giving them time to review, we have to make sure we follow up. Now, down at the bottom here is how I do my follow-up, okay? You don't have to do it this way, but if you don't have a system in place, I highly recommend following this one, okay? So day 1, I send the quote. I tell them, hey, here's the quote. If you have any questions, please let me know. I do want to let you know that this is selling out very quickly, so I would highly suggest closing it, okay? That's number 1. Now, if they don't respond to me, it's very rare that they don't. But if they didn't respond to me, I'm going to make sure I follow up by day 3. They've now had 72 hours to look at that. Perfect. Follow up. How is it? What did you think? Are there any questions you have? Okay. If I don't hear anything, then I'll follow up one more time. Like, hey, this is about to sell out. We need to make sure. Okay. Now, by day 14, that's 2 weeks that have went by. I haven't heard anything. I want to check in one more time. I want to ask them if they're still interested in booking. If they are not, I move on. Okay. That is my follow-up system. Works very well. And normally I try not to get it past day 3. I will be here. I try to close the booking here. If I can't close a booking here, at this point, now I have to do an entire new search. Yes, the dates are no longer good. The price isn't good. Now I got to do another quote. At that point, you have to do another quote. That's what that is. And if that means that I have to do this 3 times, then okay, by day 14, all right, I'm not going to waste my time anymore, right? I closed it. I already found out what they want, what their intentions are, move on, right? So that is the follow-up system, but let me show it to you. It also lives within inside of the digital command center that I made. So it's right here, follow-ups. So I have the client name. Now I take this, if I send you a quote, you are put into my follow-up section because I can't remember everybody I send quotes to, especially with Passports to Pleasure. It gets a lot of hits. And like right now, I have 4 quotes I have to do. I'm not going to remember all those 4 people, right? So what I'd like to do, as soon as I do a quote, I drop them in here. I put the original date they inquired, put their trip interest, and the last time I contacted them. I put a follow-up date in there because I need to remember, and then I put how I messaged them because I forget that too. Okay. Then if they book, they book. If they don't, they don't. And if I have their email, I put it in there. My emails, I take these emails, yes, and that's how I build my like my newsletters, anything I send out. That's how I build it off of these emails. Okay. I'll take them from here. And then I also will take them from any of my lead inquiries. I'll take them from there too. But that is how I follow up. And that's the system I use, because if I don't write things down, I don't know about you, but I'll forget it. I'll forget. As soon as I send a quote, honestly, especially when I first started, as soon as I sent a quote, I was out. Bye. I already sent it to you. Let me know what you think. If you want to book it, great. And then I missed on so many inquiries because I just didn't take the time to check back in, right? People get busy. People forget what they're doing. It's natural. So we just need to kind of give them a little, hey, don't forget, this is what we're doing, right? So you guys can do that. Now, I do have another part of this for you guys that you can see, and I'll show it to you guys in a minute. But before I get there, let me just close this out, and then we'll get to the part where I show you, it's a lead tracker template. You can also put it inside there too, okay? So before I get there, though, the whole point of what I'm teaching you is because when people talk about scaling in their business, they don't understand what scaling means, okay? People think that scaling is like, I'm going to grow my business and I'm just going to get more clients, but you can't do that without a system. If you do not have a system in place to handle more clients, you will become overwhelmed and all of those clients will slip through the cracks and you won't get any bookings. And then you're just overwhelmed. You're not organized and you're just stressed out trying to get every booking you can. Doesn't work that way, okay? You cannot grow successfully without a system. So in order to grow your business in a sustainable, manageable way, it is important that we have these key systems in place, right? Now, of course, I do have that gift for you. I don't know why it says free Google Doc. That would be AI, but it is a free Google Doc. All Google Docs are free. But it's a resource to basically build your own systems, okay? In this, I have the 4 systems outlined, the tools for each system. I also have examples and workflows and just like a simple structure for you guys to follow, okay? So if you want this, I need to know that you want it. Yes, that is how our little engagement deal works. So I need you to comment systems, whether you're even watching it on a replay, comment systems, okay? And then I also need you guys to comment live, and so I can give it to you guys, okay? But let me show it to you while we're working on it. Yes? Now we have here. All right, so this is it. 4 systems every travel advisor needs to scale. So it's really just going with the free resource. That's going to irk my nerves. I hate how it says free. Everything's free, bro. Everything's free. Stop. All right, there we go. So if you watch the training, you must know that travel advisors don't struggle because they can't book travel. They struggle because they don't have systems. Can we all say yes? Yes, I know. All right, so here's the first one. This is the lead inquiry form. You guys can either snatch it if you want or make your own, base it off the questions I have. I don't care. Here's some examples. Here's number system 2. Basically everything I said in the whole thing. That's what it is. There's my digital command center. Yes. And then the marketing system. Now for this guy here, I put this in here. Let me show it to you. So this is, you can and kind of add this as that's the digital command center. Wait, where's the 4th one? Oh, there it is. Okay, the digital command center is the same. And then the 4th one, my bad. Lead tracker template, okay? So I put this in here because I wanted to show it to you guys. You can add it as a tab. If you take this right here, Okay. And if you copy this, you can send it to a new spreadsheet. So you can put it inside of your digital command center. Okay. Watch me do that again. This is a lead tracker template. You hit this button and then you hit copy to, you could put it inside the command center. Okay. But this is what it looks like. And I do this on its own because some people don't like my command center. Like they don't want to do it, but they like this. So I do it separately. Okay. But this is the lead tracker template in general. In order to edit it, if any of my documents that I share to you guys, if you want to edit it, you have to make a copy of it, okay? But lead name, email, phone number, the source, trip type, destination, travel dates, budget. I mean, it goes all the way through. Day 3, day 7, day 14. This is the one I actually use. Documents needed, if they need to make sure they have their passports, final payment date, start date, trip date. If I sent them a review request, yeah, rebooking reminder, projected commission, actual commission, and then I tag them. If they are a frequent booker, I will put frequent on it. If they are like a one-time booker, I will tag them as a one-time. Yeah, I will. I make notes for that. All right. So that is how I do my lead tracker. This is inside of my digital command center, but I didn't originally make the digital command center with this. I kind of built into mine and then I just took it out of it. So you guys can put it in there if you want or use it on its own. Doesn't matter. Okay. You can hook up your Jotform to this. I show that in another training, but I do this separately because I get leads from everywhere, not just Jotform. And I don't want it all put into this. I want this separate. I want it to like where I can just write it down. Right? So lead tracker template, it's inside of there as well. But example, follow-up message. Wow, there we go. You got a whole 8 because this is something you guys always ask me about. So boom, there. Okay, follow-up system, your travel advisor action plan. So you guys can learn how to use these because that's my other problem I have with you guys. When I give you these, you're like, oh my God, what do I do with all of this? I don't know how to implement it. I don't know how to do it. Okay, I got you. Okay. First thing that you need to do is create a travel inquiry form, and I want you to list that thing everywhere. If it's not listed everywhere, it needs to be. If they see it, they will book it. If they have to look for it, they will not book with you. Leave it everywhere, okay? Set up your client tracking system. Even if you have clients now, just start by putting them in there. Slowly put them in there, right? Then, of course, you need to plan your social media content out and then create a follow-up routine for quotes. That is how I built into this. This is it right here. I first started with my inquiry form. Then I started getting leads and I was like, crap, what do I do with them? So I set up a client tracking system, right? But then I was like, I want to get more leads. How do I do that? Social media content. And then I followed up with them. Okay. It's exactly what you have to do in order to kind of implement this on your own. You don't have to do it all in one day. That's not what I'm asking. But next time you have a lead, put it in there instead of putting it on a piece of paper. Yeah. Okay. All right, my $0 travel advisor tech stack. So this is what I use. I'm going to show you guys, where's it at? They don't have it in there. Okay, well, it didn't have the actual tools in there, so I'll just put it in there for you. So I do Jotform for that. I use my Google form for this. My design tool is going to be Canva. What else do we have? I do CapCut, and then I also do Sora and ChatGPT. That's what I use. My scheduling tool is going to be Meta Business Suite. Sorry if it's loud in your ear. What else do I use? I mean, they all, YouTube and TikTok, they have their own schedulers. So you guys can use those. Let's do Studio. Okay. And then social media management, I use my tracker form. I use my digital command center for that too, because I can't see what works well inside of the analytics unless I just throw it into ChatGPT, right? Okay, so you don't need expensive software to start. All of these are free, every single one of them. Even if you use the free version of Canva, you don't have to pay for it. I stopped paying for Canva because I don't really need it. Like if I wanted to use something fancy in design, I would just use ChatGPT. And if you don't like ChatGPT, you can use Gemini too. Works just as fine. Okay. All right, now more travel advisor training. This is just telling you guys to subscribe, okay? But I also have them at the bottom. If you don't want to scroll through all of that, I have all the stuff at the bottom, okay? So that is my systems, yes? Let me copy this, copy it, and then I will drop it in the chat box for you. Okay, so while I'm putting this in here, All right, you guys should have it. Yes. I do want to remind you guys on Thursday, I am doing that Vax Vacation Access, the full walkthrough. I know I spelled vacation wrong. I don't even care. The full walkthrough. Join me on Thursday at 5 p.m. And make sure you guys like this video, share it with your teams, comment if it helps. Like, let me know what's helping you guys. And if you need anything else, let me know what you guys need too, because I'm going to start working on my stuff for April. And I like to teach what you guys need. So I don't want to sit here and waste time, right? Tell me what you need help on so I can help you. All right. Now, along with this, I want to show you guys one more thing before we hop off, because I've been working kind of hard on it and I just want to guide you guys in the right directions when it comes to any type of trainings that I have. I have over 663 trainings that I have done in the last 4 years. Yeah, I've trained a lot, but I have them organized for you because we can't go through all of this. Yes. So look at this real quick before we hop off. Look at this. So in here, if you go to my YouTube channel, just like regular, I have it videos, right? The live is going to tell you when my next lives are, but the most important part is the playlist. Playlist is important. I've been working very hard on this because a lot of the times you guys will come to me and you're like, oh, I need to know about groups. Okay, cool. Book groups like a pro. You guys can come in here. This is every training I've ever done on a group is in here. Okay. When we are doing holiday marketing, I have all the trainings on that. All things clients experience, have them here. Content that attract bookers. So this is where that training will lie. Right after I upload it, after this live, I will go back, edit it, and then upload it. Right when I upload it, it will lie in here because these are systems that scale. All my systems are here. Okay. If I do those travel itineraries, quotes, etc., they're here. Weddings are here. This is just booking help. Like I have it supplier training. I have it all broken down for you. Okay. And I do this for a reason because you guys, there's just so much going on, right? So I have it all broken down to what you guys can actually click on and learn. So if there's a specific topic that you guys are trying to learn more about, feel free to check out my playlist, okay? And any of the market like a pros that I do are also going to be found in here too, okay? So that is something else I just wanted to show you guys last, just to kind of help you guys get a little bit more organized with me. Yes. All right. So that is all I have really for you guys tonight. I want to thank you so much for hopping on. Make sure you comment systems for me so I can get that to you if you have it already. I'm going to head over to my chat box now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them there. And I will be back on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific to do a full walkthrough on Vax Vacation Access. Yes? So go ahead, comment for me, like this video and share it. And I will see you guys back on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.